nchi yetu ya Kenya tunayoipenda. Tuwe tayari kuilinda na tujenge taifa letu. Ndio wajibu wetu. Kenya istahili heshima. Tuungane mikono pamoja kazini, kila siku tuwe na shukrani.
Thank you. Good afternoon, members, and welcome to this webinar. This is the April edition of the PSSF member engagement webinars. My name is Gumbo Njoroge. I'll be facilitating the discussion this afternoon. Today we are discussing a subject that is very critical to member empowerment, ideally, which is how the member can access their PSSF member statements. The essence of this forum is to empower you, the member, with information that enables you to adequately prepare for retirement by accessing your member statements, tracking your contributions, and tracking investment income allocated to you by the pension scheme. So this afternoon, we'll have a presentation and a demo. Then we'll also have a Q&A towards the end of the session. It's taken quite a bit of time for us to commence, but we aspire to conclude this engagement by 2 p.m. to allow you members to also resume your other office duties. So this is just a structure of our engagement, a program. We begin with a few announcements by the Corporate Communication Department. Then we'll have the main presentation on how to access your statements. That also includes a demo on how to register to the portal. We'll take questions. So for the Q&A session, members, you can send in the questions via the chat function, even as we proceed with the engagement. We'll have the team answer your questions towards the end of the session. Then we'll have closing remarks. So all these we intend to cover in an hour so that we don't take much of your time. But we'll also be recording the session. So this session will also be uploaded on the PSSF YouTube channel after the session. So for members in your offices who didn't manage to attend the webinar, they can also follow the discussions through the PSSF YouTube channel. So from the Corporate Communications Division, we have a few announcements. One is that last year we had the inaugural PSSF Pan-African Pensions Conference. Some of you attended the conference, which was in Diani. We are organizing a second edition of the conference. This year, it will be on the 28th to 30th of November, 2026. We'll be sending communication to your offices, and we'll also be uploading this on our various digital platforms. That is communicating the dates, the venue, and the registration dashboards that members need to engage with. We started this platform ideally to engage not just PSSF members and various stakeholders, but also the industry, the topical areas that affect pensions in Kenya and in Africa in general. Last year, we had a successful conference. We had 13 African countries that participated in that conference. And we also had representatives from the United Kingdom as well as the United States of America. So 28th, please mark your calendars, 28th to 30th of November, 2026. We'll be going back to probably to Diani or to Mombasa, but we'll communicate in the coming weeks where we'll have this conference. More details will be available via the conference website, that is pssf.africa. Moving on, just again, this is just to re-emphasize members what you probably know, that PSSF has established various platforms and tools to enable you to interact with the institution, but also to enable us to reach out to you, to communicate to you directly, through platforms such as WhatsApp. The PSSF official WhatsApp channel is also available on WhatsApp. We are on various platforms, including X, Facebook, Instagram. You may have also seen us on TikTok. We embrace these tools to also communicate with you. But we have dedicated phone numbers and email lines that you can use for more personalized engagement. Our number is displayed on the screen, 0746 111 777. But you can also write to the fund through info@pssf.go.ke. As PSSF, we also publish a quarterly newsletter that covers the various activities, the various initiatives that the scheme has had in the past 3 months. For the next edition, which we are publishing in the coming weeks, the focus is on the member. And you may have seen communication that we sent out through the various digital platforms, inviting you, the member, to also contribute by way of writing articles for the newsletter. The deadline for submission of this is tomorrow, the 10th of April. So if you still have some few hours to put together an article that can be published on the newsletter. Those articles can be sent to info@pssf.go.ke. We'll engage with you from there and also advise on the publication. So in the recent few months, we have had a number of activities. This is just for information purposes that we recently had a member engagement activity around the country with police officers from the National Police Service. In the month of March, we also had the HR managers, payroll accountant summit, which we had in Machakos. And in this month, on the 29th of April, we'll be hosting the first PSSF Employers Roundtable meeting. We'll be reaching out to your employers, particularly the accounting officers in the various ministries, departments, agencies, and the CEOs and the counties to a roundtable meeting, again, to still discuss matters concerning the scheme, but as affects you, the member. So this is our open lines that you can use to reach out to the institution. If you can also visit us physically, CBK Pension Towers, first floor and second floor. Good. So moving on to our main presentation of the day, which is a presentation on how to access your member statements. I want to invite my colleague, Lorna Sang, to take us through that session. Lorna, over to you.
Thank you, Ngumbo. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for joining us on this session. As we plan to check on how we can be able to demonstrate on how members can be able to check on their statement, I'd like to share my screen so that we go step by step together, and as we are able to do that, we'd like to inform you that as part of one of our key agendas is to transition all our members to digitization. Now that members are traversed across the country, members can be able to take charge of how they can look into their statement. They can access it through the member portal, which is actually the key aspect of why we're here. If you can be able to check on your statement, query, check if all the data that concerns you is up to date, you as a member can be able to share the feedback with us. And we are also with ICT here. Should you, as we go through the demonstration process, and you feel where we are, you're stuck, please use the chat box and the communication channels, my colleague, for the next 2 weeks. Should you be having an issue after this meeting, because we've been able to update a couple of data, a couple of streamlining, a couple of processes to ensure that our members have a seamless transition through accessing the portal up to the app. Should you be experiencing a challenge during this session and after, we are available across all our communication channels, using the chat box now, using the email, using our WhatsApp, using the 0746. We could be able to resolve your challenge promptly so that you're comfortable and confident in accessing your statements. Because you as a member, you're taking charge of your pension, post-service. So right now you're in service, the money, you're working for the money, and at the point you're going home, the money that you've been saving, you could be able to even plan in advance so that you're able to mentally prepare, financially prepare for your retirement journey. So here, this is a test page. When you log in as a member, you'll be able to log in with MSS. We'll put it on the chat box, mss.pssf.go.ke. But right now, this is a demo account for our members to be able to see how to access their statement using the portal. So I'm going to key in some data. We go step by step. I know there is a communication we had shared before on a demonstration on how to access your portal, how to log in as a member to your portal, and we're able to do that. Just a second as we just a second. Just give me a minute. I think there's something being worked on at the back end. I'll share it shortly. As we work on it, just give me one. As the team is topping, there was something we were running on members' interest and savings to be able to be incorporated in members' accounts. The team is working on halting it so that we can be able to proceed with the demonstration. Just give me 1 minute. The ICT team is on it. And as they work on the same, as I was mentioning, part of our transformation now that we are heading to the technology, we are transitioning to the tech savvy environment, members being able to take charge of their contributions and checking visibility, being able to access your data. Keep in mind, for those ones who are able to join us during the AGM, we were able to declare, as at the financial year that ended June 30th, 2025, we declared the financial our investment income was 17.68%, which was plowed back to members' investment. And as PSSF, when members' contributions are at the end of the financial year, when employer remits for you 15% of your basic salary and you're remitted 7.5 of the same month on month, at the end of the financial year, which is as of 30th June, we are able to, our audit, we are audited by the Office of the Auditor General. After the audit has been done, the investment income has been declared. It's able to be plowed back to the members' savings to continue accruing interest every year on year, so that by the time we call it compounding aspect. So your money is compounded annually. The savings that you were able to save at the end of the financial year as at 30th June. Let's assume your contributions was at the end of the financial year was 100,000, and then we were able to declare 17.68% of the contribution we were able to declare. Let's say, for example, it was 17,680 as a return on investment. It was plowed back to your savings that you were able to be deducted and what employer remitted for you during that financial year, which was around 100,000, which came to 117,680 inclusive of the interest. That contribution becomes an opening balance the next financial year. So for the next financial year, you'll be able to see there's a section we will show you the opening balance, which is 100 and 117,680, and then now the contribution for that financial year, which you'll be able to see, plus the investment income that now will be declared that following year, and then total. So your contributions will continue accruing interest every year on year. And for you as a member, you can be able to even project using this portal that we'll be able to share shortly. You as a member, you'll be able to project you can use the portal to project your contribution. Let's assume in the next 10 years, I purpose to go home. And right now I have, for example, 4 million. By the time I go home, how much am I anticipating to get, so that I mentally prepare myself by the time I'm going home? Will I be able to have 10 or 15 M? What investment am I working on right now at home, so that by the time I'm going home, I'll be able to use it as a booster to boost whatever it is that I've invested on at home. If I'm having cuckoos in the village, I'll need to expand. If I'm having eggs, if you're going to farm, what that one will be able to boost the capital you're able to utilize your savings, so the money will be working for you as you are enjoying your retirement journey. And as PSSF, working with you through this journey, even after retirement, up to retirement, the moment you're getting your savings at the point of exit, you will be able to ensure that keeping tabs of your savings from time to time in preparation for going home will enable you to not only mentally prepare, but also to be financially prepared as we plan to go home. So this one will give you a key focus to limit anxiety. If we've noticed, there's so many people who at the point of going for retirement, when they know that I'm nearing my retirement age, there's an aspect of anxiety. There's an aspect of panic, because we normally say your work environment is like your second family. You're always here, for example, from 8 to 5, and there's some other entities that are there from others even work in shifts, the medical area, the government printers, others work in shift sections. So you'll find most of the time that you normally experience is at the work environment. So by the time you're going home, everything changes. Phone calls will stop. So how are you planning yourself mentally, so that as I'm mentally preparing myself to go home, I'm also preparing myself financially? So knowing that I'll be able to have income replacement at the point of going home, which will be my pension, it will lower my anxiety. It will give me confidence, knowing that I'm well prepared to go home at that point in time. So that's why our sensitization, early this year, we had we attended several sensitization sessions across several state departments, and were able to keep tabs with our members to ensure that they're aware. Creating awareness to members is very critical, because this is your money up to the end. And knowing that right now you're receiving your salary, we are deducting your contributions. Employers remitting 15% of your basic salary, you're remitted 7.5%. This journey that you're working together, you being aware of what it is that you're being deducted, where your money is going, how it is being invested upon, and what expected return you purpose to get, that will be able to enable you take authority, take charge, take ownership of your savings at that point in time. So I'll try to check if they're done. And as we do that, I'd like to share with you how our statement looks like, so that by the time we get into the member portal, you can be able to interpret how the statement looks like for you as a member. This is how our statement looks like. This is a sample statement for our members. So the moment we have been able to log into our portal, I'll take you through the portal manual as we wait for the live demo to be completed. This is how the statement looks like for our members. As I was saying, when I have been able to contribute, for example, 100,000 for this financial year, the financial year begins from July 1st to 30th June. That's a full financial year. That contribution, that savings will appear here on the contribution section, this part. This is where your savings are going to appear. The 7.5 that you've been remitted on your payslip every month. And on the employer section, this is the area where you'll be able to see the 15% of the basic salary, where the employer remits for you on your savings. On the transfer is on those who have been able to transfer their pension. Let's say you were in a different company, private sector, and they offered pension, and you joined the public service and you wish to transfer your savings to be able to be in one pool, this is where it will appear. And then withdrawals, that is when members are withdrawing. But now the most important part is here on the interest. You'll be able to see that financial year that ended as of 30th June, after the Office of the Auditor General has been able to carry out the audit and of the investment, and the investment income, which came to 17.6%, has been able to be showcased on your statement. You'll be able to see this 101 as a sample. You'll be able to see this is a contribution for you as a member that you have closed the financial year as of 30th June 2025 with. Then we have the employer section, which is 367 here as a sample. What employer has been remitting for you plus the investment that was able to be displayed here will be the closing balance for you as a member. Once you've been able to see this, the next financial year, which ideally, according to this sample statement, begins from 1st July 2025 to 30th June 2026, this closing balance here, 101, will be the opening balance on top here. It will replace the 86. So that means the compounding aspect, where the money that we're able to close the financial year with will be the opening balance to the next financial year for you as a member. And what the employer closed the year with, which was 367,000 employer section that they remitted for you to us to work on your savings, will be the opening balance the next financial year here as at 312,000. So you as a member, you'll also be able to see how much is the cumulative amount that I have at the moment when we've closed this financial year. This is where you as a member will be able to see it. This is where you'll be able to see your savings. And after finishing the upper part, which shows the general aspect of the financial year savings that you are able to earn during that financial year, we go down to monthly deductions. Now you come and ask yourself, this is where now you take charge of your savings. Accountability, query, ask as many questions as possible. Am I able to see gaps of my statements? In July, I was deducted and my employer remitted for me. Why am I seeing zero, or why am I seeing double? What am I able to see? Being able to take charge of every step of your savings will properly prepare you, and also will be able to resolve the challenge that you have expressed to us that you have been able to see. So on this one that shows month on month is a financial year that began 1st July 2024 to 30th June 2025. The upper part is a normal employee. The contributions, the 7.5 now, the one that ideally cumulatively will appear here on the contribution section. So on the, as of July, let's say, for example, your basic salary was 40,000. 7.5 of your 40,000 will be able to appear here in July, August, September. So here, this is able to show you month on month. Are my savings indicated on my statement? Are all these months replicated on this monthly statement, or am I seeing something that I'm not supposed to see? Now I'm able to ask PSSF, what am I seeing in April 2025? I'm seeing a gap. What is the challenge? Or on the employer section, I'm not able to see this. So those are the questions that when you ask, we are able to update it. We're able to find what is the challenge. We're able to resolve it. And you can be able to be comfortable wherever you are, being able to keep on checking, keep on following up on your savings. That is part of a member obligation, taking charge of your savings. Month on month for the normal employee is the 7.5% of your basic salary. So month on month, up to 30th June, you'll be able to see your savings. And when it comes to additional voluntary contribution, that is, let's say you're looking at adding on your employer already is remitting for you 15% of your basic salary, and you're being deducted 7.5 of the same. So you look at your savings and you say, I'd like to increase my savings so that I can be able to add more on towards my retirement planning. Now you can be able to tell your employer, I want on my payslip to be deducted probably 5,000, because employer will not match because it's an additional voluntary contribution. You will be able to be deducted 5,000 to be added to continue or to boost your savings as you plan for your retirement while you're still in service. So this is where your 5,000 or 2,000 will be able to reflect on this section. This one enhances transparency for the members to be able to see how the journey of their savings is progressing. Then below it, we have normal employer. The employer part is 15% of your basic salary. So let's assume 15% of your basic salary is 15% of 40,000. Let's assume it's 7,500. That 7,500 will be able to reflect here month on month until we close that financial year. As you can see, this is a whole year up to 30th June 2025. You could be able to see your savings. Then at the bottom, it's the total. It's the total of the employee contribution for July. Here, employee contribution for July, the 7.5%. This is the additional voluntary contribution that you decided to boost on your savings. And then employer section, that is a 15% that has been remitting for you. Here is the total. So this total reflects across all these months. And at the end of the month, when this totals, the total that will appear as at 30th June 2025 is the total that will appear here at the contribution sections. This, when you do employer plus employee, you'll see the total, because this contribution is a contribution that the employer remitted for you from 1st July 2024 to 30th June 2025, and what you were also remitted from 1st July 2024 to 30th June 2025. That is what you'll be able to see here. Before now, the interest that has been declared has been incorporated here on member savings, and then now the total balance, which is the closing balance on your end and the closing balance on the member's end. So this is how the interpretation of the statement looks like. We also have another statement where you'll be able to see now, instead of seeing the financial year, the savings that have been able to accrue that financial year, you'll be able to see month on month, even for the previous years. This one is just for specifically for that financial year that you've been able to close, because if you can see up here, as at 30th June 2025, as of 30th June 2025, you're able to see your savings is for this financial year that ended 30th June 2025. But the other contribution statement that you'll be able to see, which you will showcase shortly, shows the contribution history. That is month on month contribution that you've been remitting, what employer has been remitting for you from way back when you began, from when we began the defined contribution under PSSF, that is from 2021 January. You'll be able to see all your savings. Has there been any gap? Or all the fields and every month that was being deducted incorporated? Am I able to see everything? That is how you'll be able to interpret this statement for you as a member. As I get the feedback on the live demo, I don't know if there are any questions you could be able to ask. As you could be able to ask, and as you plan to ask, I'd invite my colleague to add more on saving towards our retirement as I check on our live demo. Welcome, Douglas.
Good afternoon, members. As we continue waiting for the system to allow us to be able to show you live on how to log in, we cannot stop overemphasizing on the need for you to follow up, to engage with your pension scheme, PSSF, to get to project your benefits as at retirement, because planning for retirement starts from the day a member is employed and enrolls into a pension scheme. That is why now the system comes in handy, so that you're able now to log into the portal, and we can simply say that that is like you are working with your bank account and the palm of your hands. You are able to see your balances, able to project and also plan on how much you will need in your retirement, in what we say, what will be your expenses look like, and will you be able to afford, so that even when you look at your statement, the 7.5% of your basic salary and 15% from the employer, which is now a pre-funding of your own retirement, then the question will not be how much will I have, because you already have it in your statement, because government is now proactive by making sure that instead of you waiting until retirement to know what you are expecting to have, then you follow up. You scrutinize your statement, check against the deductions on your pay slip, so that you know that all the money deducted is remitted to the scheme and invested. And at the end of the financial year, you're able to see the returns. If you look at that statement and you realize that the money is not good enough for you at retirement, we always encourage members to do additional voluntary contributions over and above the 7.5% as an absolute figure, where you instruct your employer or your payroll manager to deduct and remit to the scheme. This money is invested together with your other contributions, and when the returns are pronounced, they're also credited into your retirement savings account. So you're able to see these savings growing. And important to say that these additional voluntary contributions can be withdrawn in full, 100% at on exit from service. So you boost your own retirement savings. In essence, two employees employed at the same time, same salary to retirement, can have different amounts depending on how they interacted with their scheme and how much they saved. So do additional voluntary contributions, because you have a benefit, actually a triple benefit. You will benefit from the amounts you will receive in retirement. You also benefit from a tax relief, in the sense that the additional voluntary contributions is deducted before your pay is subjected to tax. So at the end of the day, you pay less tax. And also on investment income, you're also not taxed. And when you'll be accessing your retirement benefits at retirement, you will not be taxed. So it's a benefit against those who are not doing additional voluntary contributions, because we have a limit of up to 30,000 per month, which are not subjected to tax. And that's a tax incentive for employees to save towards their retirement, so that they'll have enough money to take care of themselves, or actually to try and maintain their standard of living, the quality of life they had before retirement. And that money can actually help a lot, including even meeting your medical costs in retirement, alongside other products that will be rolled out in future from the scheme, as guided by the Retirement Benefits Authority. So members, you can continue writing in the chat for those with the issues. And remember, we said that we have a dedicated office line, which is active between 8 and 5, 0746 111 777, 0746 111 777. And the email is info@pssf.go.ke, info@pssf.go.ke. So whenever you are logging in, because you'll be shown how, for those who have never signed up to the portal, the importance of you accessing your statement, that's an obligation. The trustees of PSSF have an obligation to provide that statement, and that we are doing it through now providing that statement, not at the end of the financial year, but every other day, because the system is live and you can access it from the comfort of your homes or offices. Once you access your statement, always check against monthly contributions, against the deductions that were done in your payslip, so that you're able to know that the correct deductions were done and the correct amounts were remitted to the scheme, and they're also invested, so that again, at the end of each financial year, make sure you check against the declared investment return, so that you work with your savings and you're able to raise any discrepancies or errors in your statements early enough when your employer or the PSSF are able to handle them, so that you don't wait until retirement to start asking about contributions of 10 years later. But I know for government, they have been making efforts to remit those deductions in good time. And we've been investing as a scheme, and that is why you were able to see a good return, especially in the last financial year. That as a scheme, we've never gone below zero or negative returns, meaning your money is growing every day. And that is the reason, as Njoroge said, when we were starting, we had a conference last year, and the theme was Beyond Capital Preservation, that we're exploring ways of increasing your savings beyond what you just contribute, so that we safeguard you against inflation. And when you retire, you have a good savings that can give you a good life in retirement. So we'll keep trying, but I can see quite a number still writing in the chat room to be able to be sorted. Some are writing asking about contributions from before commencement of PSSF, like John saying, though we will be responding to those in towards the end of this session, where we will look at all the questions raised either on this forum and not responded to, and those others that will be raised on the floor. However, as you check your statement, one important thing you should notice is that whatever balances you're seeing there are balances for contributions from 2021 up to date, not anything prior to that, because this is a contributory pension scheme that only reflects what you and the employer has been contributing and the return on investments. And there are no minimum contributions, as long as, of course, under the laws, the labor laws, that you meet their third rule, contributions can be any amount and not a percentage, so that your HR is able to do that deduction just like the way you do your SACCO contributions in absolute amounts. And on those additional voluntary contributions, we notice or we realize that our financial status keeps changing as needs arise or as the economy will allow. So if you're doing a contribution of, let's say, 5,000 from next month, May, and it gets to a point that maybe January next year, you are unable to continue with those contributions, or you want to reduce, then again, you will complete another form, which has been simplified for you to write to your payroll manager to adjust those contributions. So you can reduce from 5,000 to 3,000, or if your salary can allow, again, you can increase. Every other month, you can increase the way you want, as long as you notify your employer on the effective dates of those changes to your contributions. And also, you'll be able now to be checking your statements to ensure that those additional voluntary contributions have been remitted. And remember, the good thing about those additional voluntary contributions, they're boosting your retirement savings, and also at least the law allows that you can access 100% of those savings with the return on investment in full. when you exit public service. And for those who may have gaps, those who have been able to access, you raise that up through the channels provided either on this chat or privately through making a call or sending an email to our offices. You can call, as I said, 0746 111 777. Alternatively, you can do an email, info@pssf.go.ke, because you note that every other individual, every other member has unique challenges. For those who have challenges, so you will be handled on a personalized way, because we have staff on standby to always assist you. And where we may not be able to assist you instantly, then we promise to call you back and to sort out your issues as promised. We'll continue having these discussions. Always be open, because this is your money, these are your contributions. And it is important to mention one thing in regard to these contributions. Members, when you are contributing your 7.5% and the employer is also setting aside 15%, which is remitted to the scheme, that becomes the member's money from the moment it hits your retirement savings account, because we said a retirement savings account is for the individual member. And that is why we say that government or any other person will not access your money again to take it out to do any other thing that is not within the law. So what we do as a scheme, once the money comes in, we invest. Investments can be done across any sector as guided by the Retirement Benefits Authority, because there is a guideline on how pensions funds are supposed to invest. And as a scheme, the Board of Trustees have an investment policy, which also guides again on investments. So the employer or government does not access our contributions, but then it is the trustees who invest these contributions when they do due diligence to ensure that where members' money is involved, the savings or the contributions are safe, and we are investing to get optimal returns. So we check against risk and return, and there's always a balance. And that is why you've been seeing that we have good returns from the time we started up to now. So to emphasize on that, it is the scheme doing investments, and the trustees are appointed to represent the best interest of the member. And that is how those investments are done in all the sectors. And the scheme has been very open. We conduct annual general meetings where members ask difficult questions, and they're able to be responded to. So that openness then allows that trust to grow, that your money will be there when you retire or whenever those benefits crystallize. As you continue working, so contribute, do additional voluntary contributions. We have trustees. That's why they're called a board of trustees, not a board of directors, because they're holding your assets as a member in trust. You are entitled to those contributions, both government contribution and your own contribution. You are entitled to those savings and the accrued interest as they will continue compounding and growing your savings. And at the time that you exit, then you will access all your savings, because the scheme is liquid enough to meet any other payments whenever they are due. And just to mention again, when the time comes for a member to leave and they lodge a complete claim, then the scheme will process within 30 days and make the payment, not more than 30 days, unless there are other issues, which as of now we don't foresee. So, and we handle contributions or savings for members from January 2021 to the time the member will exit, or either exit through retirement or transfer of service or any other exit that is recognized within the Act and the labor laws as guided by the employer. So we are actually almost sorting it out so that we don't take much of your time. But remember, we are recording this so that we can share after this session so that you are able to go through it again and access other materials from our website so that you are empowered enough to ensure that you understand your pension, you understand about your savings, you know how to grow your savings, and you're ready for retirement when the time comes. So members, I'll allow my colleague now to take you through this platform again. But thanks for listening in, and thanks for your patience as we continue serving you. Sorry again for that small hiccup. We will be able to continue with this and finish up or wrap up in a few minutes.
Okay. Now we can be able to see how the members are able to get in.
Good.
Hello, team. I think that was a network error. This is how members are able to sign up. When you want to sign up on the portal, already your members, effective from 2021, we had member data. So now we want you to log into the portal for you to be able to key in your accurate data so that you can be able to have your information, for you to be able to see accurately your statement of how it is. So when it comes to the aspect of sign up, a member will come to the sign up. They have ensure you have your national ID and your personal number that has been indicated. Once you've been able to key in your national ID and your personal number, you click on verify. Once you verify, this one, because you see, your contribution is like it's like your bank statement. It is not publicly seen. We've been able to put several security measures to ensure that it's only you who can be able to know all the information that has been incorporated here. So as a result, once you've been able to sign up and you've been able to click verify, after clicking the red button, which is a verify button, you come to, it will bring you to the email address. Once you key in your email address, you key in your phone number. This email address is crucial because by the time, from time to time, you want to generate a statement on your contribution statement, which I'll show you shortly. It will take you back to the email address to key in the password that you'll have been given at that point in time. This is to enhance the security feature of our member savings. Then you key in the phone number. Once you've keyed in the phone number, leave alone the member number, click continue. Once you've been able to click continue, we are still setting up, we are still signing you up to enhance the security measure for you to be able to key in your data, and you're the only one who can be able to have access to your information. Once you've been able to click continue, we'd like to encourage our members. We've had several challenges where members are saying their password, once they've been able to key in their password, it's giving them the verification error. Don't key in your ID. Key in a strong password. For example, you want to key in probably Mombasa. You put in the capital M, you put Mombasa in small letters, put in other numericals. Let's say you do 1, 2, 3 exclamation mark. Mix up your password so that it will not be predictable. This one will ensure that it has enhanced not only the security feature, but also easy accessibility of you getting into the portal. This is like your bank statement. Privacy security is very key. So that's why we encourage putting a strong password. You may be able to have a phone, some numbers. You put your uppercase, lowercase, put in some symbols so that your password can be secure. And after that, you'll be able to log in. Once we've been able to set up your email address, your personal number, your password, you're able to log in. After you have joined in setting up your password, it will tell you that you have already signed up. So it will bring you back up here to login, to the login, here to the login section. Once you've been able to key in the login section, we go back to sign up, to login. Once you've been able to click this part of the login, you as a member, now it will give you your ID and your personal number and your password. You'll be able to key it in. Once you've been able to key it in, it will bring you to the dashboard. This is a sample dashboard for our members. A dashboard sample for our members. A member is able to look at their details. Now, this is where there's something that will pop up. That's why we were really insisting on showing you a live demo. Something will pop up. That is a member registration form. It is a digital form where you'll be able to key in your accurate address. You'll find some members, even on the chat, they've been able to say there are some details that are not accurate for them. So we have that form that you fill digitally. You can also be able to sign it digitally. Here, it will be able to give us the data that we need to showcase for you to be able to accurately see your information. So once you've been able to key that in, and or you have been able to fill it in already, we have your form, we incorporated it in our system. This is the data you're able to tell us, hey, PSSF, where am I seeing myself as a male or female? Where am I not seeing probably my name is incorrect or something is incorrect? You're the one to tell us what to accurately check on. Here is your profile, the dashboard. And up here, we are able to see the cumulative balance. We are able to see the cumulative balance. We are able to see the cumulative balance. This is the contributions that you've been saving ever since we began in 2021, January up to now. And then the number of beneficiaries, you're able to see your beneficiaries. If it's accurate, should you after you've been able to check onto your dashboard, this is what I was telling you about. You can be able to project your benefits, to be able to plan accordingly on your savings. If I want to retire in the next 10 years, I want to click on the projection. So currently, for example, I have 875, just an example. I want to project in the next 10 years. Is this what I'm anticipating to see? For the 10 years, if this is what you're expecting to see, it could be able to accurately guide you on, do I wish to boost on my savings? Do I wish to add on to something towards saving for my retirement? Do I wish to add 5,000? Is it okay where it is now? By the time I'm going home in the next 10 years, these contributions, how do I feel about it post-service? That is at the point that I have been able to go home for retirement. I want to show you a live access for one of a member briefly. My colleague is sharing a screen so that I take you through. It's a live account. They're going to log in for you to be able to see how the live data is. So this is a sample statement just to take you through. We're insisting on taking you through live for you to be able to see. This is how the dashboard, the live dashboard looks like. Let's go to the statement. Where to enhance the security feature, when a member wants to generate their statement, I had already shown you the financial statement for the whole year, the financial year. This one, my colleague is going to show you the contribution statements that shows month-on-month contribution. So when they were able to click on the generate, as you're able to see, a notification has gone to the email so that she can be able to key in that password that she's been given. This is now emphasizing on enhancing the security feature. Once she's been able to key in the password at that point in time, let's assume you're at home or you're in the village and someone has access to your phone and they are aware about how this process is. They will not be able to go and see your contributions. You're the only with your email address. They cannot be able to access it. Let's assume they're not aware of how to access that the code that has been sent to your email. So no one will be able to have an end-to-end access to your contribution. So there's aspect of encryption for the members' contribution. So this is how the contribution statement looks like. So every you could be able to see from April 2021 going downwards, every month there's an aspect of employee contribution and employer contribution. So there's column 2 where we have employee contribution, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, column 4, you could be able to have to see the employer's contribution. For example, what you're seeing as 9, that is the employer's contribution, and the other one you're able to see as 1. Remember, when we began from 2021, members were not automatically deducted 7.5. It was progressive, 2, then 5%, then 7.5%, which now is a standard contribution up to the end. So you could be able to see employer's contribution was remained constant, and on the employee contribution, it was the contribution was progressive for the member. Year 1, 2021, 2022 was 5%, 2023 up to where we are and to continue will is 7.5%. So as we scroll down, you could be able to see 2023, this is a monthly contribution. So you as a member, you're able to ask this, what you're able to see here, it's all the data is filled. So let's assume you're looking at April 2023, and employee contribution on April is 0, and employer contribution probably is showing the amount. You'll be able to ask, what is happening? Please check. I need to ensure that my contributions is up to date, or I don't, everything is filled, but I don't understand what this areas is, you'll be able, when you look at this statement and there's something that you don't understand, you'll be able to get answers from us to be able to elaborate, so that by the time you're confidently checking on your contributions, you know what you're looking for, you know what you're looking at, and we keep abreast on how your saving is growing month on month. Remember, the first one that I was able to showcase was the financial year end to end from 1st July to 30th June. This is from inception to where you are at that point in time, to be able to show how your contribution is. So here you will be able to ask, why am I not seeing interest? This one just shows month on month. The other one, once the Office of the Auditor General has been able to declare interest for that whole year, is where we incorporate it once. It is not seen on a monthly deduction on month basis. That's why we normally say it's compounded annually at the end of every financial year. So we will go back. We'll be able to showcase the dashboard, which you can be able to see on the side of the dashboard. And I apologize, we've taken so much of the time. So here, when you look at the dashboard, once you've been able to go to the contribution statement, you will click on generate statement. When it tells you to generate statement and you click on the view statement, it will bring you that password I was telling you. That password, you'll be able to see it on your email. Then now below there is member benefit statement, the one that I was able to showcase to you for you to be able to see how can I be able to generate my financial year statement. So here, when it shows financial year 2026, what that means is from 1st July 2025 to 30th June 2026. So when we click on this calendar part, if you're able to click on the 2026, yes, when you click on this calendar, the lower one where it's written 2026, it will bring you the calendar. When you click on 2025, you will see it as 1 year, but that year shows is a financial year that ended as a 30th June 2025. This one shows from 1st July 2025 to 30th June 2026. So when you click that year, it is the financial year that is ending during that financial year that ended during that period. It will be able to display the statement for that periodic period. And for example, I want to see a certain period, specific period. That's what we click on, periodical. If you want to see financial year, that is what we were able to showcase for you as a financial year. So that is how the statement looks like for our member. Once you want to view the statement and you're wondering, where am I not progressing? It's because there's a code that has been sent to your email. Once you've been able to click on that code on the view statement, it will now elaborate what we were able to see month-on-month contribution. So this is what when you click on the view statement, that is the code that will be brought to you. It will be sent to your email. That code, you input it on this one, and then it will open to you the statement that you wanted to see. Now, as we go back to the dashboard, I'd like us to go to the member. Down there, you're able to see a member. When you click the member, we normally encourage our members, please ensure that you fill in the PSS2 form, which is the beneficiary nomination form. Beneficiary nomination form is critical because the people that you've been able to indicate as beneficiaries, in case, God forbid, in case of death, those are the people that we will be able to access. And if they're below 18, we will be able to, we have a beneficiary trust fund. We'll be able to take care of the children at that point in time in case of the school fees aspect comes on board. Those are the people that you indicated there. This one acts as your will and testament. At that point in time, the people that you indicated there as your beneficiaries with clarity and your right conscience, you wanted these people to be taken care of. God forbid something happened to you as our member. So here you'll be able to see a display of your beneficiaries being indicated here. That is what you'll be able to see. And then when we go to the claim section, at that point in time when you're exiting and you want to track the status of your claim, you'll be able to check on the status of your claim. For example, one of our key core values is transparency. Once you've been able to, we are demystifying the historical perception of, I submitted my claim and I'm not able to see where my claim is. I don't know what is happening. It has taken long. Here, when it comes to transparency and public service parination scheme, you can be able to submit your claim to us. You will be given the claim number. You'll be able to track wherever you are. We don't need you to come all the way from Mandera to come and access your details. You'll be able to see here on the status, what is the status? Where has it reached for me as a member on this claim? I submitted yesterday. Is the processing division handling it? Is it at the finance level? Has it been released to my bank account? What is the status? You as a member will be able to track it at the comfort of wherever you will be. If that time you'll be in Mandara, you will be in Kapenguria, you'll be able to see it wherever you will be. You'll be able to track your claim so that by the time the money hits your account, you are on top of everything. And then at the bottom there, we'll be able to share documents, be it the brochures, be it any information, we'll be able to share to our members for you to continue understanding, learning, being empowered in terms of access and awareness on our products, our services, our benefits. At that point, we'll have declared, we have a newsletter, we'll be able to access it from there. Whatever information we wish to share with you, probably have an AGM coming up, we have a document that we need updated, you'll be able to get it on the shared document. So this is in a nutshell how a member statement is. So a member is asking, how can I be able to update my beneficiary? At the moment, there's a form that we will share with you to be able to fill. Once it comes to us, we're able to update your beneficiary. Once you've been able to update your beneficiary, you will be able to see them reflecting on the beneficiary aspect where we were able to see the member. On the member aspect, there's beneficiary. You'll be able to see that beneficiary that, let's say you've given us that beneficiary right now. You've been able to share that beneficiary to us today. In the next 2 hours, you're able to update it. You come back and log in. Here, where we have clicked, you'll be able to see the person that you indicated has been able to be reflected here. So we'll be able to share the form. The form is on our website, but you'll be able to attach it right now as we, and we apologize, we have taken much of the time, but you're going to share the PSS2 form for you to be able to update your beneficiary and share it back to us for us to update it, and you to be able to see them reflecting here. You can even put the percentages. How much do I wish to give person A, person B, person C, depending on, I am the one who knows how my family is best. I can be able to distribute it to them accordingly. Let's say this one is working, depending on the aspect of your choice and preference. We have an aspect of percentages, and that is how we will accord you the rightful response and actually respect by implementing what you will have asked us to do. So from there, I'd like to thank you so much. I'd like to take it back to Mr. Ngumbo as we work on questions. Please send it as much as possible. We have shared our info at pssf.go.ke. We have also shared our phone number for you to be able to see. Our phone number 0746 1111 111 777. 0746 111, that is 111 and 777. Share it on our WhatsApp. All the questions, we'd like them to be addressed today as fast as possible. We want you to hold us accountable on how fast am I able to respond to this. And also info@psss.go.ke. Throw all those emails, send them as much as possible. Let us respond to them and ensure that we've accorded you the right that you truly deserve as a member of PSSF as you save towards your retirement. Because retirement, you take charge of it. And as we continue to secure your retirement, we are with you through this journey. You hold us accountable, you take ownership and responsibility, and we are here with you through the journey till the end. Thank you so much. Mr. Ngumbo, I'd like to take it back to you.
Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Lorna and Douglas, for that excellent engagement. We had promised our members that we won't proceed past 2 p.m., but I think the extent of the engagement has been quite productive. And I can see from the comment section that indeed that has been so. Just two things from my end so that we release the members to resume their afternoon duties. One is that the open line, just to emphasize what you said, that the lines are open. Members can engage us on WhatsApp, on email, on phone, so that we pick up on any issues, particularly issues that are personal to you.
I'm not able to. Yes, my colleague is responding to the chats, Mr. Ngumbo.
Okay.
So any questions as we wind up, any burning question as we wind up to be able to respond to you as we continue taking your chats. We are with the ICT here. We are with the ICT here, being able to take as much questions as possible once we are done. So let us know as much as possible. Any other question? How can I check my statement? You can be able to check your statement by going to mss.psss.go.ke. We are going to type it shortly. Please click on that and follow the procedure on sign up. Once you'll be able to see a box that shows member login. Below it, there's a sign up in, is it purple or blue? Click on the sign up. You are a member, but you've not signed up on the portal because of your security aspect. Click on that one. It will take you through the process. And in case you encounter any challenge, please put our phone number and send us through WhatsApp to be able to address it as much as possible. Thank you, Pamela, for that question. Any other burning question as we wind up? We truly apologize for taking 24 more minutes of your time, and we appreciate your patience and your presence during this period. Please ask as many questions. Want to assure you that after this session, it will not end right now. We will continue checking on your chats, responding to you on the access. So now on the aspect of your phone numbers, to be able to reach out to you, send us a text message or the WhatsApp message with your ID and your personal number, so that we can be able to reach back to you to confirm that you can be able to access your data seamlessly. Any other question?
Members, for those who may have questions and you want to raise it here, please raise up your hand. Then we unmute your mic and you ask your question.
As members ask questions, I hope you can be able to see the screen. I hope you can, I'm not sure you can be able to see. Just a second. In my password for you to be able to see. As for the members who are not able to join, that is what I'm trying to show you. This is the sign up page. You could be able to see Pamela. Then once you've been able to sign up the data that I was able to showcase here, you follow the prompts until it tells you to log in. Then you come back to logging in and key in your data for you to access it. And then let us know as much as possible. So in the next 1 minute, any other burning, we will take you through even personally. Once you've been able to receive your details and your phone number, we'll take you through personally on a one-on-one basis until you're satisfied. One informed member is an empowered member. And once you've been able to be satisfied, you can be able to refer to your colleagues to be able to confirm to them how they're able to access their data. And we're here to help as much as possible and at your service. Other than that, I'm seeing Sarah. Please text us on WhatsApp 0746 111 777. Please tell us inbox, because that's on a case basis, so that you have your personal number and your ID to be able to address it, and also revert back to you to be able to tell us if it's been updated and it's cleared. So that one, please let us know. We'll work on it as fast as possible immediately after this. Otherwise, thank you so much, everyone. I'd like to invite my colleague, Mr. Ngumbo, to get on board. Welcome, Mr. Ngumbo.
Thank you, Lorna. Just a few remarks as we wind up, particularly on the follow-up to the
Mr.
questions
Ngumbo,
that have been
please
raised on the
unmute your
chat.
mic.
Can you hear me now? Douglas? Colleagues, can you hear me? Douglas, colleagues, can you hear me?
Yes, Njoroge, please go on. We can hear you now.
Thank you. I was saying that just a few observations or comments as we wind up, is that we have identified the issues raised by the members on the chat. There are those that we have addressed through that chat function. But if there's anything that needs to follow up, we'll also be following up with you. And just to emphasize what has already been said by Lorna and Douglas, those lines, the phone lines that we have shared with you, I mean, if you have any personal issue that you would want addressed, you can reach out via WhatsApp on those numbers. You can also call the numbers provided. Sorry, we have taken quite a bit of your time. We were scheduled to conclude at 2 p.m. It's already 2:30 p.m., but we thank you for your patience and for engaging with the presenters today. It's quite an informative session. We'll notify you on the date of our next webinar. Tentatively mid-May, we'll also share out in advance the subject or the topic of the next webinar. There isn't much else from my end at this point, but just to thank you, presenters, and thank you, members, for participating today. It's been an informative session. We see your comments. You're saying informative and educative. Asante sana. Please share. We'll share the link of the recording with you. It will be up on YouTube. You can also share it with your colleagues who didn't manage to join the session today. Asante sana. Have a wonderful afternoon and may God bless you.